Tattoo artists of Reddit, what is the most WTF project that made you seriously question your client's sanity? It wasn't me, but when I was still an apprentice, a girl came in to get tattooed by my boss. She had a 4-leaf clover tattooed on her clit, and she wanted my boss to go over it, and was saying that it was pretty faded. She seemed normal at the front desk, and we exchanged small talk. And then I went back with her and was setting up my boss station. To make casual conversation, I asked the client if it hurt a lot to get tattooed down there. This question changed something in her, and she turned to me with this crazy expression and said, honestly, I like the pain. I nervous laughed and luckily was done setting up and ducked off. My boss goes into his office with her and closes the door. Then, not even 5 minutes go by and I hear the door open and she fast walks out and leaves the shop. I was like, WTF just happened? As my boss walks out and he explains to me that the tattoo didn't look faded at all. It was perfectly legible and looked recent. But the whole time she was begging him to go over it just a little bit and got extremely pushy until she just flat out started trying to seduce him until he told her to leave. It happened all so fast, but I know I'll never forget that one. Damn. It sounds like it gave her the best orgasm ever or something to get tattooed there. My first tattoo artist told me his woman came in wanting Where's Waldo peeking out of her vagina. He told her to go home, sleep on it, and come back the next day if she really wanted it. She was there when the shop opened. Had a client ask to make his nipple into Pinocchio's face. It was weird, but he was happy and we had a good laugh. My tattoo artist said a guy tried to win his possible father-in-law by tattooing the name of his business. Of course he and the girl broke up later on. That sounds like a textbook example for regrettable tattoos. No regrets. Not a tattoo artist, but I do know a guy who got "Don't hire" tattooed across his knuckles. That's a weird combo of poor judgment and high self-awareness. Now, he's playing 3D chess. He can show his unemployment officer that he is genuinely putting in applications, but nobody will hire him for some wild reason, lol. I won a worst tattoo competition against a woman who had tattoo of Betty Boop bottomless and spread eagle with a puddle underneath her cooch. What was your tattoo? Not a tattoo artist, but I worked in a shop for some time doing desk work, cleaning ECT. One that really stands out to me is that a guy came in wanting a pin-up of his wife tattooed on his thigh. Okay, not something I would get, but it common and understandable. Client tells the artist he wants her in the Stay Puft costume from Ghostbusters. So the artist took this as like her in a sailor's uniform. So he draws up a few different ones and shows the client, who tells him no man. Like this, and retrieves a drawing out of his pocket that is his girlfriend made to look like the Michelin Man and the Stay Puft Man were her biological parents. She had a triple chin and everything. So the artist goes, your body, your choice, man. And while he's getting tattooed, his wife shows up, and yeah, she was for sure thick, but nothing like what the drawing depicted. And every time she looked at the work in progress, I could see the mixture of embarrassment and frustration across her face. Never saw them again, but heard a few weeks later they got a divorce. Wonder what he did with that Stay Puft tattoo. I'll still never know what in life possessed him to think that was a good idea. Oh my, that would be an interesting one to explain to a future partner. Maybe he was a chubby chaser and he wanted her to be that big or something. I've seen/heard that a few times. Saw a guy with the word beer written in massive fiery block letters across his lower back. Tramp stamp style. At the beach. God, I hope my friend never gets a drunk tattoo again. This is the kind of shit he would get. I saw a tattoo stall at a festival and wondered who gets a spontaneous tattoo in a place with questionably functional showers and camping. Dear tattoo guy, is that person? Not an artist, but I was in a tattoo shop with a friend. Therefore moral support while they got there first. Well, we're waiting in the lounge area for my friend's appointment, and this guy walks out from the back area, shirtless. Across his chest in digital clock font is best lover, one word on each pec. My friend and I's jaws dropped. The guy just paid the person at the front desk and left. The tattoo artist, I assumed, who followed him outside loudly and just kind of laid his head down on the counter before calling for his next appointment, not us. I think maybe the artist wasn't proud of this one. I honestly feel bad for artists that have to give people extra cringe-worthy tattoos like that. Charge them extra for the embarrassment and just move on with your life. Not but my friend is apparently a guy came in a year ago and wanted pickle Rick on his dick. Not small like the whole thing green with the face. She didn't do it, but he got it done at someone's home and came in like 6 months ago to ask her if she wanted to see. That must have been quite the spectacle. She turned him down, but I really wish I got to see it. My friend had a girl's name one-lined and initialed. It's what you do if you duck up in a naval log. Getting a girl/guy's name tattooed on yourself has got to be the oldest worst tattoo. He was in the Navy. She banged a dude that got discharged from our unit because he was diabetic. She did that for over a year. He even paid to fly him and his ex-wife to Hawaii together as we weren't sure the exact date we were getting. So my buddy literally paid for the two hunks of shit to be in Hawaii for a week together alone. One of the other artists, for some reason, had been wanting to tattoo a bloody tampon on someone. Well, this lounge lizard was like, you can do it on me. THS artist drew it onto where it took up the entirety of his inner upper arm. He did it. The guy let him. Da fuck. I used to know someone who was a lounge lizard once. In the same type of fashion. He let an artist tattoo a donkey pulling his pants down and mooning you on his ass. An ass showing his ass on his ass. Exception. I will get my mum's potato salad recipe tattooed on my side like the girls with the inspirational writings. Will you include a 3-paragraph story about your mom's childhood and how the potato salad is a link to your family history, like they do on the recipe websites? Blame Google for this. The sites are just doing what they have to force you to end up in the first few results. Nobody looks on page 17 for the succinct recipe sites. I'm legit going to get a black dot on my finger for the perfect water to rice ratio. Sibling. That's what your joints are for. R/just Asian thinks that it is a sub. It's just very dead. Client came in very confidently asking for his dick to be tattooed to look like a horse. See, he already had a tattoo of a warrior woman in battle pose right above and around the base of his dick to look like she was riding it. He just wanted take it up a notch. Story gets better when he proceeds to pull his pants down in the lobby to show me. I was the front counter person, not an artist, so I had to find one of my co-workers to talk the guy out of it or something. I knew this was just a bad idea and didn't even seem possible to me. Funny enough though, one of the artists actually wanted to take the project on. She was into freaky shit like that, has definitely tattooed at least one asshole. She even tattooed my head before I got fired. Too bad I never got to hear what happened to the guy though. Edit. Adding a link to an example of a well-executed penis tattoo. NSFW of course link. com/talker_status/1266096972546674689 S equals 19. I'm not an artist, but once in a tattoo shop I made some pretty friendly conversation with a lady next to me about art tats and what they mean. So I thought I'd try to strike up the same topic with the next person when she left. A lady and her daughter sat next to me and I asked what she was getting done and the daughter looked away as if she wasn't paying attention, and the lady turned and looked at me. Tears in her eyes, paused and said, I'm getting a memorial for my friend who was murdered on Saturday. What about you? Nothing, just some French bullshit and getting totally on impulse. Sorry I asked. Or what? That's unfortunate. Open bracket. I didn't do this, but my colleague from studio did. Mechanic hard stabbed with massive, shiny, metal penis. That was cool. I had question about swastika. I don't do shit like this. I would love to see that. I recently saw a heart tattoo, but all of the major arteries were massive schlags. It was quite unique to say the least. Haha. Not an artist. Once knew a guy with a rape joke tattoo. depicted by Mickey Mouse like rats with surprise sex written over them. SMDH. Yikes. That's a bit disturbing. Guy in tech school had me draw a tattoo for him of a turtle being shot out of a cannon with a bow staff in one hand and some nunchucks in the other. The turtle was a mix of a Koopa and Ninja Turtle wearing Chuck Taylors. The placement had it being shot up towards his nipple where it looks like it's about to bite it. I accepted free Wi-Fi's payment. He was known for getting weird tattoos such as his laundry mark on his lower back and his MTI's name and current rank on his calf. Nice guy. But good god he had weird taste in tattoos. That sounds kind of cool actually. Not saying I would get that as a tattoo, but it would definitely be a fun art project. I will get a tattoo of my own face tatted on the back of my bald head. Quirrell style. That'd be cool. As long as it doesn't talk or require unicorn blood. I'm not an artist myself, but I literally grew up listening to the sound of a tattoo machine as my lullaby. My mother was a tattooist for 15 years. And her okay. Then clients were. 2 Marines. Drunk. One says, "I'll pay for yours, but you have to get what I want, where I want it." Second Marine. Sure. He got a rose vine down his. My mother's response when asked if she would do that was, "If you'll stick it in my hand and hold it still, I will do it." He did. Your mom sounds cool as duck. Agreed. GF is tattoo artist and I helped her Photoshop what the client wanted. Dude wanted to tattoo his ex-GF. Already a questionable choice, right? He wanted his ex-GF's face combined with a cat. And he didn't even give us a specific cat. Dude literally said find the cat off the internet, so we did. Photoshopped his ex-GF's eyes onto the cat and I questioned my existence as I pressed save. Good thing we persuaded him out of it. But holy duck, imagine if he met another girl in the future and she asked WTF is this cat person on your chest? Not me, but the artist who made my second that told me he made a tooth and tuna just above the butt of a girl. Now to understand the joke. I'm French, so if you translate the rebus it means in your denthoncal. Yeah, but it's a rebus, so you don't care if it's the right word. Just the pronunciation is important. Thus his was a beautiful girl who was just bored of men looking at her back. She wanted to make them be like WTF. The tattoo artist found it so funny on a so good looking girl he decided to make it for free. He told me he can go on such project for free. He loves having crazy fun project. It's Mika Bold, owner from Obscurum in Rouen. Not an artist, but was at my buddy's shop getting my back piece finish, and there was this wild dude that looked like Animal from the Muppets getting his back finished. Which a picture of Satan in a Santa suit kicking Jesus in the balls. I was curious why and asked, and he said it was a reference to a George Carlin joke. That joke, you ask? Santa is Satan spelled inside out. Apostrophe. I once tattooed 2 dicks in the eyeballs of a burning skull. I asked and she said it reminds her of her grandma. My god. Sounds like either a cool ass grandma or a grandma from hell. I have no ducking idea, man. My teacher once told us that her brother, while on holiday with friends, got a tattoo done of their Snapchat tags. I think that's what they're called. The thing that you scan to get to their account, on their upper thigh. She knows this because she was asked at 2 in the morning to translate all this into Spanish for the tattoo artist. The most shocking thing about the whole ordeal is that when you scanned them, it worked. It actually went to their account successfully. That's actually really impressive. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.